Used or new coins? Should you buy used or new coins? I was chatting with a dealer at the Bullion store when picking up my first 1 ounce gold coins. He says he's regularly asked, are the coins new or used? Most late the same year coins that people are buying, like later this year, 25 coins, or last year's 24 coins when we're buying the name, are uncirculated, as it were. But really, what does that mean? That really that most coins are pre-owned in some way, unless they are pre-ordered or fresh from the mint, and they're not pre-owned in any way. But they're not, when we're talking about used coins or pre-owned, we're not talking about a second-hand car with 10,000 kilometers or 50,000 or 70 or 100,000 kilometers with a clutch that slips or worn leather upholstery. Bullion coins have not been in someone's pocket. They have not been used for purchases. They've not been given out in change at a store. They've not been taken to a store and banked by a business depositing cash. Bullion coins like an American Silver Eagle or a Canadian Maple or British Britannia, although coins of government mints, are not used in exchange for goods and services. So that goes on me and this member of co-owner of a bullion store. Got us on to chatting and explained that dealers are happy to buy back gold and silver coins. That is part of the market making processes. That people who buy gold and silver coins have to be confident that there is a market for them to sell back their coins, and explain that they're happy to ensure that there is confidence in a market, and they're confident in doing that. They're happier to do that, but because people need to feel that there is a valued investment in the trade process. The precious metals bullions thrives if it is seen as more than an old man's eccentric coin collection, like stamps, obscure coins, or of comic books and childish baseball cards. There has to be more to it than that. But also, this coin dealer explained, secondly, or bullion dealer, secondly, is simply that they buy from wholesalers, and the wholesaler only supplies current and recent year coins, which come with higher premiums and spread, and that more discerning savers like the options of 3 and 5 year old coins, because they like the market trade and they want to trade more at a better cost. So when a bullion dealer can buy from walk-in or announced regular clients who want to sell, whilst they might be buying in small volumes versus the nature of, it's the nature of the coins that gives them more options to promote deals to the websites. By that, what I mean is that if they regularly are stocking up from wholesalers they'd be buying a monster box or something like that, and it's large volumes, which is good because then on their websites it shows large volumes available, and they're offering prices for singles 1 to 10 coins, and then they're offering discounts on larger volumes, and that encourages people with deeper pockets to buy more of that same coin, and that's a volume deal, which is obviously good business for the bullion dealers. But if they're able to buy back coins occasionally from regular customers that bought a few years ago, or buying part of those bigger deals from a few years ago, when a regular client or a customer is not wanting to break up the whole collection, but it literally just wants a bit of liquidity, tax return or something like that, then an upgrade on a car or something, a gift for a family member, or a wedding gift or something, then to sell one coin from 4 years ago or 5 years ago, they've already made the market gains over the spread. They're happy to sell. If someone announces by email that they wish to come to the shop, they're saying, I've got these coins, I wish to sell, then the dealer is happy to buy, because that means that they can announce on their website, look, we've got also other options, rather than just recent years of the British Britannia. They've got the Canadian maple, and if you're in the US, then obviously the American mint coins, and obviously in Australia, Perth mint coins. So it gives them options, and that also means that they can offer lower premiums and spread options for people who are not able to take advantage of high volume purchasing for lower premiums. So they're happy. It's also, he says, it's worth always emailing ahead, because they know if you email ahead that you have possibly emailed another dealer, and if there's something, if they know you and they've seen that you've got previous purchasing habits with them, they recognise the name, and they'll be glad to see you come in the shop and reconnect the face to the name. They will try to make sure they got a competitive price, because they want to make sure that you're not going to shop around on the sell, and that therefore you're less likely to shop around, or you'll be more confident of making your future purchases again back with them. So it's always good to make sure that you're reconnecting with bullion dealers to sell older year coins, so that other people can buy older year coins. So new or used is, for me, I always go for slightly older, not this year's coins, not unless there's something about a new security feature, a new design that you want a specimen example of. You will look at the sellback prices, look at the premiums and compare them. It's not as if it is like a brand new car that it depreciates in value as soon as it goes off the forecourt from the car showrooms. But you will notice that the spread is slightly less on a coin that is 2 or 4 years old already, rather than fresh monster boxes that have been brought from the wholesale dealers that your bullion dealer is breaking out of a box and is introducing to the markets. They will be able to charge a greater premium on those. So the bullion dealers do like return customers, even if they are selling back. On the conditions of the coins, I see many YouTube channels saying it's all about the conditions, and apparently it's not. He says that as long as they're not damaged, you haven't done something stupid like put a nail to make a hole to ring it, put it around someone's neck, and you can imagine if you gift your coin to your younger son and he tries to gift it to a girlfriend, he'll someone ends up putting a hole in it and put it on a chain, then you're literally down to melt, and it's probably even less than the full 1 ounce now. So no one would do that now, I'm sure. Anything that's not affecting the weight, then, or the authenticity on a buyback, it's not an issue, including milk spots on silver coins. Gold doesn't tarnish. So milk spots aren't an issue. I know people like to talk about it on YouTube channels. Apparently, it's not an issue on buyback. And quite frankly, silver is what he was telling me. Now, maybe he's been nice, and if you're buying, then that's what they're trying to reassure you on things like that. But a good bullion dealer, a local coin shop, when you're selling back, if someone starts, starts hustling you and giving you excuses about why something's not worth so much, that's the sort of thing you expect from a pawn shop. And that's the sort of conversation it's not worth it. You really are just, what the spot price is for buying and selling. Then it's just talking about the premiums and how much you're losing, but below spot, you're paying above spot, and therefore you're working out the spread, and therefore you've just got to look at what the market's offering. Spot and on or off spot is just a competitive market issue. So you just got to compare, and whether or not people really want to be in market is what it's down to. I had heard that the Canadian Mint had found solutions to the problems of spot. As a production problem, and that the American Silver Eagles were most prone. But this bullion dealer, he showed me around his cabinet, and he showed me a Canadian maple on display that had a milk spot, and he thought it's just random. It was just unfortunate. It was just down to oxidization, and it wasn't about the cleaning chemicals off the pressed dyes or whatever you call it. He confirmed that he would not pay any less for a coin with milk spots. He said yes, that when they were getting a coin out the back for an order, if he could avoid giving a good customer something with spot, because he just didn't want to have a hustle with somebody with an issue of a coin. But spots arise, and there's not much that can happen. But he says it's not an issue. But yes, he recognised people would rather not have milk spots on their coins. He said he recently had a monster box in of silver coins, that it was sealed, and that they had agreed on a price, but because the man had warned him, and he knew that obviously he wanted a deal, and that there were 5 other local bullion dealers that he probably would have messaged beforehand, and before he brought the box in, he got a tacit agreement on what the price was going to be, but that they would have to break the seal before they transferred the cash on the deal. But they weren't going to get, because it was a sealed job, they knew that they weren't going to be damaged. They knew that they weren't going to be light, but they were going to do the electronic test on every coin to make sure that they were real, to make sure that he hadn't been conned, and sold a box with fake coins. They knew that they weren't going to be, but as they were going to have to test every coin before they went out the shop, they would test every coin before they came in the shop. But they weren't going to reject any of the coins from the monster box because they had milk spots on it. So the answer is used or new coins, all perfectly good. Milk spots are not on silver, perfectly fine. Silver is silver and gold is gold. As long as it is 3 9s and 9 out of 4 9s, everything is good. So there we are. That's my feedback that I've got, and it's firmly what I believe. So everybody stay happy, stay safe, and always bye.